Good morning, guys. You're currently looking at GENtokens version 1. We are working on a GENtokens version 2, and I want to explain what the difference is between the two, why I'm doing it, and give you some choices to make as to whether you want to buy GENtoken 1 or GENtoken 2 when you understand why they are different. First and foremost, GENtoken 2 isn't about replacing GENtoken 1. The original one isn't broken or anything like that. This can continue on as a token that can make quite a lot of money for the investors. I'm not shutting it down. I'm not going to end my support or any of those things. I'm not going to replace it with GENtoken version 2. I'm simply going to add a version 2 to add more options and choices, and then you can decide which one suits you best. But version 2 is not ready yet. I am doing the contract right now. It's going to take me another couple of days maybe to finish, and then I'll launch it. Now, there are currently crypto that have been released over the past few days called GENtoken V2 and a Gen BNB matching pair, which is pretty much exactly what it will look like when it comes out. So there are people that are pretending to be GENtoken version 2. There's also rip-offs as this as well. There's people pretending to be GENtoken 1, and they all rug pull. So if you see anything that's got my name on it, just assume it's not mine. If it's GENtoken version 2, it's definitely not mine because I haven't made it yet. So when I finish doing the development, I will announce it on my Telegram group. Now, I am the owner of that group, so when I announce it, the announcement will be from the owner. It will not be from anybody else, and I will pin it onto the group as well. I've got several groups. I'll pin it in all the main ones that are for anybody who isn't an admin or a developer. So I'll pin it up on there. You'll be able to get in on it nice and early. And I want to talk a little bit about our plans going forward. So first of all, the differences between Gen 1 and Gen 2. Gen 1, this one, is renounced. That means I've deployed it. The tokenomics have been set. I cannot change anything, and I can't fiddle with those contracts that are in there. So it's going to just run its course. It's like releasing something into the wild. That's what a renounced contract is like. Now, from a buyer point of view, an investor point of view, sometimes it's a good idea to get a contract that is renounced. It's like ticking a box to say, this dev probably isn't going to rug pull because there's loads of easy ways to rug pull on an unrenounced contract. But that is a false sense of security because there are loads of ways that a dev can steal your money on a renounced or an unrenounced contract. I mean, I didn't really realize how useless renouncing a contract is for your safety when I've kind of championed the idea of renouncing contracts on my previous videos and said I will always do it. I've done a complete 180 on that because now I've had my eyes opened by what's been going on at NWC. So if you haven't been following, NWC got botted to death, and the only way that they could protect it was to ban the bots and freeze the contract from sales. If they had renounced, it would just have been a wild animal out there in the open, and those bots would have been rinsing people's money forever. So fortunately, they had not renounced, and they could do something about it. Now, GENtoken version 1, I did renounce it. Fortunately, when I launched, it was nice and discreet, and it didn't get sniped by loads of bots, so it's not too bad. But GENtoken version 2, I do want to keep that unrenounced. I want to keep that door open so that I can fiddle with those functions. Now, obviously, I'm not going to rug pull, but there are a lot of people that have no idea who I am. They don't know my community. I mean, I'm not even doxed in this world yet. I am in other places, but not here. That is coming with the launch of the Launchpad. But whilst people are waiting for that, and of course, indeed, until people feel that they can trust me on an unrenounced contract, then this is obviously the option that people would prefer to buy. But GENtoken version 2, the reason I've decided not to renounce it, first of all, I want to make sure that if any bots get in on that contract, I can block them. Now, when you block them, it stops them from being able to buy or sell or swap your tokens to another wallet. So they can't be blocked and then move the tokens to another wallet and sell them and dump them. Once they've been blocked, those tokens are locked as far as that address is concerned. So I will be blocking every single bot that I find, and I will also be blocking every single scammer that I find. So for instance, I have a list of addresses I'm going to block, and one of them is the person that has very recently released a token called GENv2 and rug pulled people. So that person's address is now on my block list. So they might not use sniper bots or any of that kind of stuff, but they're not the kind of person that I would like to be investing in my contract. So they're on my block list, and so is anybody else that I see doing any kind of scam. Now I'm going to put a little bit of a disclaimer in my comments that says, if you buy Gen token and you invest your money, but I later find that you are using sniper bots or you are scamming people in any way, like rug pulls on your own contracts or any of that stuff that is unfair, I will consider that your purchase is a 100% donation to the community of Gen tokens and my holders. So you won't have bought my tokens so that you can buy them and sell them. What you will have agreed before you buy on my terms of sale, which are inside that contract, is that if you buy and you are a scammer and you have scammed people in the past or intend to in the future, or you use snipe bots to get a coin on the first second and buy it 20 times so that you can manipulate the price and rob money from hardworking people, then you are actually donating 100% of your buy to my loyal followers who are genuine, real people that do everything fairly. So that's kind of the way I'm wording the contract. I'm making sure that the way I'm wording it is protecting me, because I will be locking your money if you are a scammer, and you ain't going to get it back. So I will make sure that what's inside my contract is not going to get me in any trouble when I basically freeze your money if you are a scammer. So if you are a scammer, or if you've ever scammed anyone in the past, or if you plan on scamming anyone in the future, or if you use snipe bots, just don't bother buying Gen token V2 or anything else that I produce in the future, because if I find out any of those things, I'll immediately freeze your account and you will not be able to get your money back. Right. That out of the way, I obviously want the ability to do that on Gen 2. Because I'm keeping it unrenounced, it gives me that ability. And if I accidentally block someone by mistake that's not a scammer, I can unblock them. It's very easy to do. The other thing that I want to fiddle with on Gen 2 is the tokenomics. So the tokenomics on Gen 2 are a little bit different from Gen 1. We have 4 things going on. We have automatic liquidity, we have a redistribution to holders, and we have 2 external wallets. One of them is in tokens, one of them is in BNB. So this token wallet, the external token wallet, the way that that works is the same as Gen 1. If a whale wallet dumps tokens and the price drops, I will burn the same amount of tokens from that wallet to recover the price and protect you from that sale. So that is my plan with that wallet. If I don't need to do that, I will use those tokens for giveaway events on the Gleam platform to encourage more people into the project. So that's going to be a way I'm going to market it. So those are the 2 things that I'm using that wallet for. I'm not using it for anything else, and it tops up all of the time with a fee in the tokenomics. But if there's a lot of tokens in there and I don't need them for burning or giveaways, I will change that fee to 0. So it's no longer accumulating any more tokens, apart from the natural redistribution that every holder would get. So I'll turn that one off, and instead I would move that fee over to somewhere else, maybe over to the external BNB wallet. This fee comes out of the contract in BNB, so it doesn't affect the price at all. This would go to an external wallet that would pay for marketing and development fees and those kind of things, making sure there's always plenty of money to support Gen token 1 and Gen token 2, because without marketing, they never go anywhere and you wouldn't make any money. So that's important. But when I don't need money for marketing, then I'll turn that fee to 0 as well. And I will move those fees over to the redistribution to the holders as often as I'm able, so that you just get more and more back just for holding. The other thing that I will be doing, of course, is the automatic liquidity so that we can grow the token over time and people can come in with more and more money and bigger buys. And that will always be on, but I'll be keeping an eye on the market cap and I'll be tweaking it up and down as necessary. So we've got 4 different things going on with the tokenomics, and the flexibility of having a contract unrenounced means that I can move them around. So when I launch, I will have the tokenomics very different to what they'll be in the future. Both external wallets will be set to 0 on launch, but the liquidity will be set quite high. There'll still be a redistribution there as well, so holders will earn more, but the balance will be towards the liquidity to help the initial growth of the token. And then once that is a little bit more established, we'll start switching on the external wallets as we need them, and we'll be moving more of that fee over to the redistribution as well. So there's a huge amount of flexibility going forward, and it means we can micromanage this token as it grows, as people dump if they've got a lot of holdings, and really try and do the very best that we can do to keep it stable, keep the price high, and put money back in your pockets. So I'm sure that you can understand that there is a tremendous advantage to having an unrenounced contract over a renounced one. But obviously there are a lot of people who might buy this token without coming to this video, without being any of part of the community or anything like that. And they look at the options available to them. Maybe they've clicked on an advertisement somewhere and they see that there are 2 options. One of them is renounced, one of them is unrenounced. By holding the tokens, you still get the same benefit, which is going to be access to the launch platform. And they might choose the renounced one, or they might choose the unrenounced one. And this puts GENtoken in a really, really unique position. I think we now are the only token in the world that has the option of you being able to buy in renounced or unrenounced. And as this project goes forward, I am going to continue indefinitely to support both of these tokens with marketing. And I am really interested to see which one wins the race. I mean, obviously GENtoken version 1 has got a little bit of a head start on the other one, but in months' time, moving forwards, once they're both a little bit established and that few days head start doesn't really count for much, I'm really curious to see which one pulls ahead. Will it be the one that is renounced because people have no idea who I am and they think that's going to protect them more? Will it be the one that is unrenounced because people think it's a really great idea that we can micromanage the tokenomics? So yeah, I think this is a really interesting little experiment, and I'm very curious to see which way it goes. So that is GENtoken v1 and GENtoken v2. If you hold either one of these tokens and you register your address, so your wallet address, then you will gain access to the launch platform. And when you have access to the launch platform, any token that I put out through there, you'll see it first. So you'll be able to get in nice and early. Now, tokens that are launched through the launch platform, when I add liquidity, they will be blocked from anybody buying at all. Bot, person, anybody. No one will be able to buy when I add liquidity, apart from the list of wallet addresses that have been registered in the launch platform. That is it. So there will be a collection of people within the launch platform, our community, and those people will be on a list of permitted people to buy. And nobody else will be able to get on this token early, which keeps it nice and safe from bots. It's very, very hard to fight these bots. I have implemented a lot of code into the new Gen2 contract that I'm still working on that's going to automatically identify some bots and block them. And I'm also, including the ability to manually add blocks and things as well. But I think by far the safest way is the launch platform is going to be a closed door launch. It's not a pre-sale. So it doesn't mean that people get the tokens before the actual launch, and then when they sell it dumps the price. It's just going to be a launch to a small community of people, and those people will all have to register their wallet, and when I get their wallet address, I'll simply add that wallet address to the approved to buy list within the launch of the token. Now that window will not be very big. It could be 15 minutes, it could be an hour. That's not quite been decided yet. But from the very initial launch, it's only those people that are going to be able to buy. A bot will not be able to buy, or anyone else. So no one will be able to buy apart from those people. That's the way the launch platform will work. And of course, if any one of those addresses appears to be connected to a rug pull or a snipe bot or a scam in any way, then they will be removed from the launchpad, and their address will be added to the block list. So this is the way that I'm going to protect the launch of future tokens. I have decided, I've got a few projects that are currently in development from various different people, which have all been waiting very patiently, but I've chosen the token that I am really I'm really pleased to be able to do this one first. So I've chosen the token that I want to do first, and it's for really good reason, because of the story behind it and because of what it is. It is a token that's going to enable somebody who is a really good person to really shine, and I'm very happy that that's going to be the launch token. So I'll be telling you all about that in good time. And when I tell you, it's a story that's familiar to you all because I have mentioned it a few times. And I do feel quite privileged that this is going to be token number 1, the first official token on the launch platform. But there are plenty of others queued up really closely behind it, ready to come out. So if you do want your token on the launch platform, at the moment, we are so busy with work. So if you've got a deadline, we probably can't help you. But if you don't have a deadline and you can wait for a while for us to catch up on things because it's insanely busy here, then we will be able to help you in the future. But we've definitely got the first one. I'm really excited about it. So that's the plans moving forward with Gen 1 and Gen 2. If you are holding Gen 1 and you're a bit worried about what's going on, there's no need to worry at all, because I will continue to support this. And if you've sold all your Gen 1 because you were a bit worried that there was going to be a Gen 2 and Gen 1 might get abandoned and you wanted to sell and get the most money you could, good on you for taking some profits. I do like that my community are taking profit. But while the price is still low, you might want to just get a little bag of Gen 1 because it will be getting marketing and support moving forward. So I do expect the price to most certainly recover from where it is now and start going up. So that's the graph at the moment. I know a lot of people made a lot of money on that initial pump. They really did. So, I mean, we started all the way down here, which just above the start line there, we're at 372 over on the right-hand side, but it was lower than that. We got a 149 there, a 204. And then all the way up here, we got a 31,992. So if you did buy low right at the start and you sold high, then you really made a profit on this one. And I know quite a few people within the community did. Now, the community is not very big, so you are going to have an amazing opportunity with the launchpad going forward to get in first. There's going to be no sniping. Everyone's going to have an equal opportunity to get in right at the beginning, as fast as PancakeSwap lets you, but as long as you're not using bots, it's fair for everyone in the community. Register your wallet, you'll be on that list of approved buyers. You'll be able to buy, and then maybe 15 minutes, maybe half an hour, maybe an hour later, it will open up to everybody, and then we'll start doing the marketing. So I would imagine that you'd be buying around about here in that initial launch, and then the public come in and you can start taking your profits. Don't dump on them all. I don't want the price to crash and bag holders that buy high ending up standing around here, with bags of worthless tokens. But every project that we put through the launch platform has got a use, and it will have longevity. So there's going to be, ongoing growth, and there are going to be new all-time highs and all of that good stuff after the inevitable initial pump. But if you are in on the launch platform, then I'm pretty sure you can very clearly see the kind of profits that you could be looking at moving forward. And we do have a lot of tokens that are going to be queued up on that platform. So there we go, guys. That is all from me on this video. I really need to make a lot more videos because a lot of things have changed. PancakeSwap has changed quite a lot. It now does this. There's still loads of problems on it, though. It gives you some errors now that are a little bit more informative than before, but they're wrong. So it tells you things like not enough slippage, and that is not what the problem is. Increasing your slippage doesn't help it. So I do need to make a stack more videos on the new pancake swap errors, and how to get around them. So yeah, all the old ones are out of date now because it's a new interface. Anyway, guys, I think that wraps it up for this video. I hope you're excited for the future of the Launch platform. I certainly am, and I feel truly blessed about this community that we are growing, and there are some really, really awesome and very brilliant people that I've met through this little venture and all. So moving forward, I'm quite excited. So take care, have an awesome whatever it is wherever you are. Where I am, it's coming up to 6 o'clock in the morning. I was lying in bed thinking about a project I'm going to work on. Got to about 4 o'clock and I hadn't had any sleep. I got quite excited about the project. I was thinking, I'm going to go and do some code. So I got up, I got a massive cup of coffee, and as soon as I click stop on this video and started uploading, I am going to dig into that code. So speak to you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.